Danjiraha Soomaaliya ee dalka Kenya Madasha Jabriil Ibraahim Cabdulle ayaa lagu martiqaaday furitaanka Madasha Kobaca Mustaqbalka ee 2025 ee loo yaqaan Future Ground Forum, taas oo ay soo qaban qaabisay rugta ganacsiga iyo horumarinta Islaamka. Danjire Jabriil ayaa isaga oo ka hadlayay madasha waxa uu sheegay in xiriirka ganacsi ee ka dhaxeeya qaaradda Afrika iyo wadamada bariga dhexe ama wadamada Islaamka uu marayo meeshii ugu sareysay isla markaana loo baahan yahay in hore loo sii qaado. Danjiraha ayaa sidoo kale waxa uu ugu baaqay wadamada Carabta iyo kuwa Islaamka inay maal gashadaan dalka Soomaaliya, waxana uu sidoo kale uu xusay raad ganacsi ee ay ganacsatada Soomaaliyeed ku leeyihiin ganacsiga guud ee Afrika, gaar ahaan bariga Afrika iyo firfircoonida ganacsatada Soomaaliyeed.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, business leaders and delegates, good morning. It's a profound honor to join you today at this distinguished forum convened under the auspices of Islamic Chamber of Commerce and Development. This gathering brings together visionary business leaders, policymakers, academics, and aspiring entrepreneurs, all united by a shared commitment to fostering strategic collaboration and driving economic growth between Africa and Middle East and beyond. I extend my sincere appreciation to the Future Growth Forum for their foresight in organizing this important gathering. By facilitating meaningful dialogue, unwavering, fast and dynamic potential economies of Africa, particularly the fast-growing East African region, this forum is setting the stage for a new era of investment and innovation. This forum is taking place at the decisive moment for Africa's economic trajectory. In few months, Nairobi will host the World Chamber Federation of African Regional Summit, a historic event that will bring together more than 45,000 delegates from more than 70 countries under the theme Africa Global Future, integrated, innovative, and sustainable. For the first time, such gathering or such global chamber summit will be held on African soil, signaling that the world growing recognition of Africa's economic potential. Africa is home to 1.4 billion people with a combined GDP of 3.4 trillion. Continent boasts some of the world's fastest growing economies and dynamic youthful population eager to embrace the digital economy. The time has come for the world, particularly our brothers and sisters in the Middle East, to fully recognize the immense opportunity that Africa offers. Over the past 15 years, we have witnessed the remarkable deepening economic ties between Africa and Middle East. Investors from Middle East have increasingly turned their attention to Africa, particularly East Africa, which has become a hub for trade, infrastructure, development, agriculture, and real estate. The reasons for this growing partnership are clear: geographical proximity, shared historical and cultural ties, and mutual interest in sustainable economic development in both sides. According to the International Trade Center, Middle East Africa trade has potential to grow by over $37.6 billion by 2027, an increase of 31 from the previous decade. The Middle East alone could increase by 11. African contribution to Middle East or African trade to Middle East will increase about 11.5 billion. This is staggering economic opportunity that must be fully leveraged. The East African community, with its 170 million people and combined GDP of 163 or 163.4 billion, has been steadily growing in the interregional trade. African Development Bank East African Economic Outlook highlight the region has recorded the highest economic growth on the continent, surpassing 5% in 2023 and 2024. Despite some of these challenges, the future of East Africa is prime destination for investment remains very bright. Some countries are actively hosting investment fora to attract African investment. For instance, on April 16, to 17, Oman will host the East African Trade Expo under the theme East Africa Meets Oman, promoting trade and investment for economic growth. Later this month, Kenya will host Kenya-Somalia Trade Week, aimed at fostering economic partnership between Somalia and Kenya. Since Somalia's accession to the East African Community in 2024, trade between the two nations has flourished and continue to grow steadily. Somalia, after decades of conflict, is now entering an era of economic revitalization. With the forgiveness of its external debt and the stabilization of its institutions, Somalia is poised for a rapid development. The country requires significant investment in critical infrastructure, including airport, roads, hospitals, logistics, as it prepares for anticipated oil production within the next 2 years. Somali private sector, known for its resilience and entrepreneurial spirit, is already making substantial investment in East Africa, particularly in Kenya. Somali businesses have expanded into real estate, transportation, agriculture, aviation industry, playing a key role in region's economic transformation. In return, thousands of Kenyans are working in and investing in Somalia, contributing to the growing cross-border economic partnership. In 2024 alone, an estimated $350 million was remitted by Kenyans working in Somalia, an undeniable testament to the strength of our economic ties. Just 2 weeks ago, Somali Chamber of Commerce Industry and the Kenyan National Chamber of Commerce Industry have signed a landmark agreement, or MOU. This agreement signifies the major step towards deepening trade relations, unlocking new investment opportunity, and enhancing regional economic stability, more than just a formal agreement. This MOU represents a commitment to unlocking billions and untapped trade potential between our two nations. To fully realize potential Africa-Middle East economic integration, we must focus on key areas of reform. Just to mention a few: easing doing business. Governments of East Africa must prioritize policies that simplify trade regulation, reduces bureaucracy, and enhances transparency to attract foreign investment. Improve governance, strengthening institutions, and ensuring potential stability.